Yo guys, what is up? This is Real American Josh here, and yeah, I'm rocking the original shirt. For some odd reason, I've got a jar of peanut butter. Great value, creamy peanut butter. Great value. Sponsor me. Walmart, sponsor me. But, yeah. So, alright, your boy's thinking about investing in the WWE Network for $9.99 a month. WWE sponsor me. But, basically what I'm going to do, yeah, I watched the Extreme Rules pay-per-view on Twitch, and, well, the one I watched was literally a dude. He had a camera set up pointing at the TV. That's the only way I could watch it, though, and he kept having technical difficulties. But, yeah, for the most part, I did see the pay-per-view, but the guy I was watching, you know, all he did was crop out the WWE logo. He even changed the name of the stream to keep from getting banned, and then some moron snitches and we get banned. But your boy, you know, I want to invest in WWE Network so I can watch all the stuff, you know, all the things. And after I record this, I might actually go on Twitch and see if I can get a Monday Night Raw stream. Catch Monday Night Raw tonight. But I'm also thinking about setting up a PayPal so you guys can donate to me when I'm streaming. But anyways, let's get into the video. Basically, this is a review of the Extreme Rules pay-per-view last night. I'm definitely not the first one to do it, so, you know, but number one, why call it Extreme Rules if like I'd say 75 to 80% of your matches aren't even extreme in any way? Alright, put it this way, like, matches that weren't extreme, several of them made the freaking regular show, whereas an actual extreme match at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view was on the pre-show. And let's just get into this. So starting off with the pre-show, you know, you had all your advertisements for matches, so yeah. But first we had Andrade Cien Almas versus Sin Cara. Obviously this match, it's a type of match that belongs on the pre-show. However, Andrade is not the pre-show type. Like, I want more Andrade. Andrade needs a better role in WWE, and unfortunately he's going to be jobbing because, like, while he's a heel, like, there's so many top heels on SmackDown. There's Samoa Joe, The Miz, there is Current. Okay, I'm not going to ruin it if you haven't seen the pay-per-view, because I'm not going to review it. Yeah, I'm not, but there are two more top heels that I'm going to get into later. But Andrade wins in a short, it's not a long match, but it was a decent match. Sin Cara put on a nice little show. Andrade ultimately shows what he can do. Alright, so the next match, like, this is the first time I've seen these guys fight. So, Sanity versus New Day. Sanity wins, but it was a tables match. How does that not make the regular show? It was an extreme match. Like, it's bull crap. It, like, that honestly sucks. Why? Just why? And here's a disclaimer also, these matches are not going to necessarily be in order when I review them, so who cares, though? Who cares? As long as I get all the matches, it's fine. Who cares if it's in order? But it was a good match. Sanity, I like them, but I feel like they're never going to go anywhere as single competitors. I feel like the only one, like the guy that elbowed Kofi through the table, Eric Young, I feel like he's the only one that's going to benefit and move on, you know, like Alexander Wolf and Killian Dane. You know, Killian Dane, like, the dude kind of reminds me of Rhino in a way. That could be completely stupid, but to me, he's built kind of like Rhino. And we all know where Rhino is, never on TV. And he's on Monday Night Raw, so they don't have time for comedy teams like Rhino and Slater, but they got times for comedy teams like B-Team, but we're going to get into that in a minute. Actually, now. But anyway, Sanity won by putting Kofi through the table. And honestly, I hope this is building towards New Day breaking up, because Kofi should have got a singles run a long freaking time ago. but he's not. It's gonna be Big E. But all right. So basically, encoding overloaded. What the? How likely am I to recommend this Windows 10 PC to a friend or colleague? Get it. It's cool. Get it. But anyways, the next match, B Team versus the Leaders of World. The Leaders of World. The Leaders of... This is trash. I'm a trash YouTuber. Like, I don't know why any of you guys subscribe to me or watch me, but like, I don't know, I just have to say, like, the Leaders of World losing to the B Team, losing the tag titles is bullcrap. I know everybody's like hyped. Oh my goodness, the B Team. We love the B Team. I don't. I like Hardy and Wyatt a lot more. Hardy and Wyatt. The only thing, like, I feel like they could be kind of like heelish more so than B Team. I feel like at this point a double turn should have happened because B Team's all happy and then the Leaders of the World attack them and it's kind of a double turn. I feel like that could have happened, but B Team wins and they win cleanly too. And of course Matt Hardy's the one that eats the pin. Like, Matt Hardy is eating all the pins. I don't know why, but he's eating all the freaking pins. I just hope the Leaders of the World like turn heel tonight and win the titles back. But I mean, B Team. Why? Just why? Why? Anyways, next up, I believe was Asuka and Carmella and trash is all I can say. Trash. It was James Ellsworth hung in a shark cage. Literally like 30 seconds in the match, he's already throwing weapons to Carmella, and then he gets out like literally a minute and a half into the match. Asuka kicks the living crap out of him, which was entertaining. Then she started kicking the guys who were trying to get him back in the cage and lifted back up. So, you know, I thought that was entertaining, but Carmella comes in, shoves Asuka face first in the cage. 1, 2, 3. Carmella retains. And then Asuka beats down James Ellsworth and all the other, I guess, security guys post-match. And that was pretty funny. And Asuka looks like a beast. Like, I don't know why she wouldn't be the champion. Like, I don't know what the point of Carmella is. Like, is there really any good opponent for her at SummerSlam? We've already seen Carmella and Charlotte Flair. Those matches were okay because Charlotte Flair can carry any of these women to a good match, but the first Carmella and Asuka match was okay. This one was complete crap. But, like, what are they building towards? Like, a Carmella versus Naomi? Carmella versus Becky Lynch? Like, the only one that really, like, could get me excited slightly is Carmella versus Becky Lynch. Like, alright, like, that's the only one that could get me slightly excited, but, I mean, Carmella's not that good in the ring. She's not Summer Rae or Eva Marie or Lana Dad in the ring, but she is bad in the ring. She's not good. She's not very talented at all. Alright, so next up, not necessarily the next match on the thing, but you know what? Let me pull up the match order again, because I forgot the match order. I forgot the match order. I completely forgot the match order. Alright, so yeah, like, I got the pre-show correct. And obviously I know that make sure I got this right, the order right. No! After the tag team titles match was Finn Balor and Baron Corbin. I completely forgot about this match. And Finn Balor wins by roll up, just so he can lose to Corbin for the next 2 or 3 times. Cause Finn Balor, like, he's a victim of 50-50 booking, may I say. Like, it's terrible. Like, I don't understand why. Like, either they need to push the guy, give him that Universal title back, but let's be honest, that's not going to happen because he's got to compete with Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, Bobby Lashley. Oh yeah, not to mention Brock Lesnar. If he doesn't show up tonight or agree to his next match, he's supposedly going to be stripped of the title. Let's be honest, he's probably not going to be stripped of it, and I don't know. I'm personally hoping he comes in tonight, but like, let's be honest, what's going to happen? Like, he's just going to like argue with Bobby Lashley and all that, and they're going to agree to their match. And I just spoiled a match later on. But anyways, back to this. Corbin loses, so he's probably going to beat Finn Balor the next 2 or 3 times. So, yeah. Alright, so Asuka and Carmella, you already heard the review of that. Next up was the U.S. title match between Shinsuke Nakamura and Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy turns his back. You should never do that against this man. Nut shot. Yeah! Nakamura hits him in the nuts, so the ref didn't see that. So the ref's like, the ref's kind of like, are you good to go, Jeff? Like, yeah, because I'm a fighting champion. Nakamura hits the Kinshasa 1, 2, 3. Nakamura is the new United States champion. My camera needs to quit lagging. But after the match, though, Randy Orton makes his return, and he stares and holes into Nakamura. And then he turns around. There's Jeff, like, kind of Jeff's trying to get up. So, or he's on his back. So Randy Orton just grabs his legs, spreads them. I already know what the comments are going to be like in the chat. No, bad. I'm a family-friendly channel now, but then he stomps on Jeff Hardy's nuts. So Jeff Hardy, like, it's a good thing he's in his 40s because he's probably never, ever, ever, ever gonna have another child again. And like, he probably don't want any either. So but he'll never have a child again. So yes, Randy Orton hopefully turns heel. It's not guaranteed yet, but hopefully he does turn heel. Alright. So the next match was the Steel Cage match. One of the extreme matches between Braun Strowman and Kevin Owens. And this match basically consists of Braun Strowman throwing Kevin Owens around for a while. And then Owens basically handcuffs him. Yeah. So Braun, this man's like, oh, I can tip over an ambulance, but I can't break these cuffs. Then when Owens is about to, he's about to climb out the cage, he even blew a kiss at Braun Strowman. It was kind of funny, but once he threw him out of the cage, or once he tried to climb out, Braun Strowman broke free. They both get to the top. Strowman grabs him by the neck and literally choke slams the dude off the top of the cage through the announce table. Owens wins, and Braun Strowman sitting there laughing like, oh, I lost, but he just killed Kevin Owens. Like, Braun Strowman. And honestly, how the heck is Braun Strowman the face in all this? Like, he's an actual bully. Like, jeez. Like, Kevin Owens, what did he do to this man? Like, he literally let him throw him off the top of the ladder. Like, he literally let him throw him off the top of the ladder through a table, and like, it's just wow. But yeah, like, Kevin Owens wins, but Strowman still makes him look good. So basically, like, after this, they replay what happened with Nakamura, Hardy, and Orton. And no, I'm not reading it. Like, I'm not reading it off the thing. I'm kind of like, I'm just trying to make sure that's what I got next. Like, lordsofpain.net, shout out to them. Sometimes I'll read up on the results if I miss the show, but like, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm up to date. Oh yeah, and I forgot to talk about earlier in the night, like the Bludgeon Brothers basically attack. Okay, I'm all over the place now. So basically, Hardy and Nakamura will fight on Tuesday night in a rematch. Orton will probably get involved somehow. But Hardy, like, he's got to take some time off. The man's kind of hurt, so maybe until SummerSlam you can set up that triple threat between Nakamura, Orton, and Hardy. Alright, so basically next we get to the SmackDown Tag Title matches between Team Hell No and the Bludgeon Brothers. So, like, basically earlier in the night, backstage, the Bludgeon Brothers attacked Team Hell No, and they basically hit Kane in the knee with a sledgehammer, I think, against the door or something like that, and it hurts his knee. So basically, Daniel Bryan comes out and he's feeling the effects of the attack. His ribs are hurting, and then he basically fights in a 2-on-1 handicap match for a while, and then Kane comes back out, but unfortunately that injury hampers him, and they end up losing the match. But overall, I thought it was okay. It was an okay match. Like, I liked it. I'm glad to see Team Hell No back. That might be the nostalgia from a few years ago that's helping it be more of a tolerable match. But alright, so yeah, but like they fought for a while now. Alright, so basically the next match. Alright, so the B team is trying to celebrate backstage, and Roman Reigns, he just does not care. And the next match is Reigns and Lashley, and to start off, this match was getting booed, but they won the crowd back over. Like, they put on a pretty good match. Like, it was like Godzilla versus King Kong, except not crap. Except not a crap movie. And Bobby Lashley ends up grabbing the win, which, like I said earlier, I thought I had spoiled something. Because, like, this could be a sign that he's Lesnar's SummerSlam opponent. Which I wouldn't be mad at, because like I could see Bobby Lashley taking the title from Lesnar, and then Braun Strowman coming out and cashing in, or even cashing in during, like, even have it like a triple threat between Reigns, Lashley, and Lesnar, and then Strowman comes in and cashes in during the match, possibly, and makes it a fatal 4-way, and he wins the title. Or, like, anyways, I want to see Bobby Lashley hold the title at some point, instead of Reigns. But I feel like Reigns would win that triple threat. Strowman would come out, cash in on him, win the title, and then they just build it up to where Reigns takes the title back, which would be crap. But anyways, Lashley wins a pretty good match with Reigns. Alright, so next up is the, hold on, yeah, that. Alright, so the only Extreme Rules match on a pay-per-view called Extreme Rules is between Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss. What is extreme about that, except Nia Jax being extremely more strong than Alexa Bliss, and probably more talented. Alright, but basically Mickie James, Natalya, they're involved, so it's a bunch of crap. And then Ronda Rousey gets involved and basically beats the living crap out of Mickie James. And then Alexa Bliss Ronda Rousey's beating the crap out of Alexa Bliss. Mickie James hits her with like a steel chair. And then Alexa Bliss hits Nia Jax with a steel chair and hits a DDT on the steel chair. 1, 2, 3. Alexa Bliss retains. Yeah. It wasn't that great at all. It was not that great at all. So, next up was the WWE title match between Rusev and AJ Styles. This match should have main evented, in my opinion. And, it was a great match. Rusev showed that he can compete with the best of them. AJ Styles showed that he's almost incapable of putting on a terrible match. In the end, though, AJ Styles wins, and hopefully this sets up AJ Styles and Samoa Joe at SummerSlam, with Samoa Joe going over and becoming the new champion. And earlier in the night, I forgot to mention this. Like, when Kane was attacked by the Bludgeon Brothers and he was injured, I was kind of hoping that Samoa Joe would be back to team with Daniel Bryan. I kind of wished he had come out and helped Daniel Bryan. And obviously it turned him face in the end, but then he turns on Daniel Bryan and cost him the match. But then that would set up like Samoa Joe and Daniel Bryan. I was also hoping the Miz would come in and cost them the match, but didn't happen like that. But yeah, Rusev and AJ Styles, great match. AJ Styles retains though in the end. But I still thought it was a good match. Alright, and the main event. Alright, now I'm going to click out of that and actually do my video now. The main event was the most surprising thing. The 30-minute Iron Man match between Seth Rollins, Dolph Ziggler main events the show, and it was confusing because the crowd, you know, they were kind of like, I guess they just decided since the clock was there, they were going to do a 10-second countdown at the end of each minute, which the crowd took a big crap on the match. I don't know why. Alright, but basically, like, Seth Rollins goes up 3-0 about, you know, like, he goes up 3-0. And then Dolph Ziggler comes back and ties it up at 3. And then Rollins gets the next pin to make it 4-3, and then Ziggler turns the tables and ties it 4-4. Alright, but in the end, Seth Rollins hits a super kick and goes for the pin, but with only 2 seconds left, and Ziggler let the match ends. Also, like, it was because of McIntyre that Ziggler got 3 of his first 3 pins. Alright, but McIntyre got thrown out. Kurt Angle comes out and says, this is Pittsburgh, my hometown, and we don't want to see a draw. So, of course, you know, he's like, okay, restart the match. Alright, so, like, they restart. McIntyre comes out and distracts Rollins, which allows Ziggler to take advantage and hit a zigzag. 1, 2, 3. Ziggler remains the IC champion. He celebrates with Drew McIntyre to end the show. And I can't wait for Ziggler and McIntyre to feud, possibly over the IC title. Or McIntyre to even cost him the IC title so he can beat the mess out of Ziggler and move on to the US Universal title picture, which would be awesome. Like, Drew McIntyre versus Braun Strowman, Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns. Like, I know they probably don't sound as exciting, but they'd actually be really good matches. Drew McIntyre versus Finn Balor would be awesome. Or, like, I would love to see McIntyre on SmackDown. He can put on so many more great matches with AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, Shinsuke Nakamura, Samoa Joe, The Miz, Jeff Hardy. Like, oh man, McIntyre would be so awesome on SmackDown. But then that would also leave Raw kind of, that would leave them kind of raw. Like, not a lot of talent on that roster, which there is, but they only, like, want 2 or 3 guys in the main event picture, which makes sense, you know. But on SmackDown, like, it's pretty much the same guys. AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura. This time it was Rusev. Soon it's going to be Samoa Joe. You know, like, those guys are in the main event picture, you know. Like, Daniel Bryan, he's not quite there yet. Hopefully he does get there. Hopefully he does get there soon, you know. But, I don't know. SmackDown it's just more entertaining because they're not actually shoving AJ Styles down our throats. Like, we actually like AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, Miz, Samoa Joe, Jeff Hardy, Daniel Bryan. We like all those superstars, you know. Like, all of those superstars are awesome. SmackDown's just a better show overall. Like, and that's just how it is. Heel Randy Orton now. Heel Randy Orton is going to make SmackDown so much better. Hopefully he's not like a tweener where he attacks both Shinsuke and Jeff Hardy. But I feel like that's going to happen, though. But Randy Orton is such a great heel. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it. This is my first time reviewing a pay-per-view for WWE. Like, I could have reviewed Money in the Bank. I should have, because I like that pay-per-view too, you know. But it's too late now. Too late to do that review. Like, but anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for the video. Real American Josh out. Peace. I gotta move all this stuff out of my brother's room. He's literally gonna be home in like an hour or so, which I'm glad to see him. And I promise you, we're gonna be recording a video together. But anyways, guys, Real American Josh out. Peace.